Hi, it's Paul from Labria. I wanted to explain our managed service tiers in a little bit more detail. So let's start with Tier 1. So Tier 1 gives you 1 day of support per month. This day of support typically would be useful for people with a larger project or somebody that's starting their process mapping journey from ground zero effectively, where you need that extra help at the front end. This might be facilitated workshops where we come in and we can actually run the workshops and get the information out of your subject matter experts and then turn that content into process maps to hand over to you to manage for yourselves ongoing. We could use that day to train your own internal users. So instead of attending a public training workshop, we can show you how to use all the elements that you need within Process Navigator, but having the extra benefit of ongoing support from Labria, so you don't have to retain all the information all in one go. You might need to have some process awareness workshops. What is process? What are we trying to achieve to make sure that all our stakeholders and subject matter experts are engaged before we start going through the process mapping exercise? Because people often feel like change is done to them, and we want to be inclusive to make sure that everybody is travelling in the same direction. We're trying to make people's life easier. So 1 day a month, every month ongoing, and if you find that actually you've got all your content and you want to go into more of a maintenance mode, you can then drop down to Tier 2. It's completely flexible. So what does Tier 2 do? Effectively, Tier 2, very similar to Tier 1, but it's actually 1 day every 2 months. And how does that change the environment? Well, what you'll find is you'll end up needing to create more documents, or you might need to create some forms, or what you created in the past wasn't quite right. And so how do we go about managing that? How do we change it? How do we make sure this content is still useful and therefore be used by the end user? So a little bit less support because we're going into a more maintenance mode. Then dropping down to Tier 3 is 1 day every quarter. And typically that would be for a smaller organisation which has a very clear defined set of processes which may need to be updated for regulatory requirements. You might have changes in customers or circumstances where you might just need to run an extra workshop here and there, but you just want to make sure these processes are kept up to date. All of these packages are interchangeable. You can change from a Tier 1 to a Tier 3 to a Tier 2, not a problem at all. This is all tailored around what you need. We can share our experience and our professionalism tailored down to your individual circumstances. So if you want to know more, please leave us a comment or get in touch with any member of the Labria team. Thank you.